Good evening, my friends. We are gathered here today to bear witness to the marriage between Robo Prime Games and his beloved Transformers. May they be joined together in holy matrimony. Hannah. You're back early. You didn't hear that, did you? She walked away. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Transformers Tuesday, where I will be unboxing my, half of my epic haul from MCM, Movie Comics Media, aka London Comic Con. I was there on Saturday, and much money was spent. We're going to be unboxing for technically 7 chaps today. I'm going to quickly go over their boxes shortly so you can see who we've got in store. I mean, I put it on the schedule, I kind of mentioned it yesterday, but just in case you've missed both of those, we'll do a quick run over before we get stuck in. But first of all, hello Space, congrats on being first. And hello Versace, welcome to you both, I hope you're doing okay. So, who are we looking at today? I hear nobody cry. Well, we're going to be starting with Studio Series War for Cybertron Ratchet. That's Transformers War for Cybertron the game, not War for Cybertron Trilogy Netflix show. So we're going to start with that. After him, we're going to look at Studio Series Transformers Devastation, as in the game Devastation, Wheeljack. That's all that needs to be said for that one. Third is Transformers Reactivate Bumblebee, as in the game Reactivate, which ironically was never activated in the first place. So this is a Bumblebee form that exists in plastic form and some render in 3D on someone's hard drive somewhere. And that is all it will be. Very sad. Then we have Age of the Primes Alpha Trion. A very youthful Alpha Trion, but we'll get into that. And lastly, the big finish, that's what she said, is it doesn't give a subline on the boxes, but according to CF Wiki, it's Generations. Generations, Armada Universe, Nemesis Prime, who you kind of struggle to see in there because this is very shiny and this is very bright. I need a more neutral lighting setup. I don't have one. It'll happen in future. But he comes with the Minicon Air Defense Team, forming the Star Saber, according to the Armada universe there. So, very expensive just to get 3 Minicons, but what the hey. So there we are. That's what we're going to be going through today. Although before I get a box up, I'll just show you these. These were some freebies from the Hasbro Pulse stand. Just a couple of keyrings showcasing Studio Series TF1 Bumblebee and Studio Series Devastation Optimus Prime. With the back, it's basically their box art back and front on the keyrings, but they were free, so that was pretty cool. I didn't even see them. Hannah gave them to me, so thank you, Hannah. Right, I haven't really got anywhere to put my cup of tea without the risk of spilling it everywhere, so I'm just going to take a swig now. Although, no, it's a bit far to reach it over there as well. I'll just have to unbox, have a swig, unbox, have a swig, so on and so forth. So, as I said, the first guy we're going to look at is War for Cybertron Ratchet. And don't panic, I actually have my scissors with me this time. No abandoning the unboxing partway through. I mean, Ratchet needs no introduction. He is the Autobot medic, and that is the role that he serves in the game. I think he's only playable in one mission. But in that mission, you are equipped with a healing sort of energon gun thing as a secondary weapon. God, yeah. So he's one of the earlier Studio Series models. So that's back when they thought these things were necessary. A backdrop. I mean, yeah, yes, it's cool. Is it wanted? Absolutely not. Whoops. Something fell on the floor. His axe handle, or haft. I think is that what they call it? I don't know. Let's free him from his prison. Oh my god, is that all that was holding him down? Yeah, it was. Okay, he's a bit floppy. We'll stand him up straight shortly. And then we'll get his weapon. There we go. And then there's the axe head. That's it. That's all his accessories. I'll keep the backdrop there. Just we'll use it once and then it'll go in the recycling with the rest of the stuff. Okay, so he's a retool, or rather, Studio Series War for Cybertron Ironhide is a retool of Ratchet, not the other way around. So I did unbox Studio Series War for Cybertron Ironhide earlier this year. I think the end of May or early June. So the transformation I already know. I probably would have made the previous comments on the articulation as well. But, hey, it's a new Transformer. It's getting unboxed. He has the exact same melee weapon as Ironhide does. It's just that Ironhide's axe is dark grey here. But I think the axe head is exactly the same. I do have Ironhide here on the left to compare later on. And then he comes with... So this is the... I think this is the weapon I mentioned that he comes equipped with in that one mission in the game. Like, this is the one that... So, for those of you not familiar with the War for Cybertron game, you play the campaign as a squad of Autobots or Decepticons, as may be the case. So you're always playing as like 3 characters, and you get to choose which character among those 3 that you will play as. And Ratchet, being the medic, has a starter weapon, but he also comes with a secondary weapon, which is purely for healing purposes. Although I think you can, if you shoot it at bad guys, it will extract energon, but if you shoot it at your friends, it will heal them. Which is very much in line with Ratchet's role among the team. But it's not just him. I think Soundwave carries it on behalf of the Decepticons. And I think Thundercracker does as well on behalf of the Seekers. So there's always at least one guy who has a healing option. And for the one mission that Ratchet appears in, that's his. Very good game. I highly recommend it if anyone hasn't played it already. So let's look at Ratchet himself. The first thing I noticed about his paint job is that he is very white. It's always kind of jarring. I think I've mentioned this with potentially Studio Series War for Cybertron, Megatron, but also with Starscream and Thundercracker. Their paint jobs are very vibrant, but in the game it's very muted. So, you know, the colours really pop in hand, with the plastic, that is. But I think I kind of mentioned before, you know, they have to make it eye-catching and appealing. I do kind of wish the game was a bit brighter with its colours, but it is meant to be kind of like a dark, gritty, it's the middle of the Civil War and everything's gone to shit kind of thing. So, you know, can't be too happy-chappy, I guess. Or the devs didn't think it could be. But what I would have liked is if his face was a bit greyer, because Ratchet isn't just white and red. Like, I mean, sure, you've got some dark colour schemes here in the Darker Wheels, but even the Masterpiece toy, he has a grey faceplate, a red head, and or well, not always. I think my one has white head with grey eyebrows. I can't actually see him in my display cupboard at the moment. So yeah, I would have liked a little bit more grey in his face, just to kind of, I think it would offset the white a bit more. He's a little bit shiny. There's some shinier paint apps kind of on these little rib bits here. Other than that, it's much the same as the Ironhide toy. Comes with the same faults in that he's got this massive backpack, which, you know, normally I'm okay with backpacks, but this one, I don't know. I feel like they could have worked a bit harder on that to get it to fold away a bit nicer. It also makes for a really awkward weapon storage like that. That's the only way you can store the axe, other than him holding it. It doesn't go anywhere else. It won't go the other way around for some reason. I think it's because the. Do you know what? I've eaten my words. It does store that way. But you can see that's also a problem because he's got this great big. Well, I suppose there you go. He's like a puppet now. I needed that. Because that's what Ratchet says in the Prime cartoon, which is part of the aligned continuity, which the game is as well. So the Ratchet that appears in War for Cybertron is the same Ratchet that appears in Transformers Prime. Sorry, Space. When I moved all the sound alerts across, I still didn't change the command for needed. I believe it is in fact need, singular. That's right, do it again. Maybe I needed that! There we go. Hey! He should have been a bit closer to the camera, really. I needed that! Thank you, anyway. Right, well, the mould is almost the same. There's just some slight retool differences. But Ratchet comes with a different weapon. So let's just plug that on. Again, this is the system that I talked about that Megatron does not have. The other Studio Series gamer guys, you can pull off their forearms and attach the weapon to where their arm used to be. I think that's the way it's meant to be. That looks natural. Yeah. I mean, I might just double check the instructions. I wasn't going to look at the instructions because I know the transformation, but oh, see, on here it's showing him holding it like a handgun, which is an option you can do. Of course it is. But you can also just attach it to his arm. And yes, I was right. He's holding it sideways there. Okay. Exciting. Yeah, I mean, that looks kind of cool. I mean, again, with the white, I mean, this thing is meant to project, like heal people up with Energon. So I think it would have been nice to have, like, some light blue on here, or maybe be a sort of shiny light blue plastic itself. I don't know. Or maybe even grey with, like, a light blue center there. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess you can fit a blast effect part in there, so you could have, like, some blue Energon being shot out of it. Very cool. Oh, and the weapon storage is also a bit awkward in that, yeah, it'll be this peg here into the back of his butt. And yeah, I thought so. Can't really see, there's no way of making it look not awkward. Yeah, that's it. You keep your gun there, you're gonna shoot your ass off, boy. Or at least shoot the person standing next to you. Yeah, and putting it that way. Yeah, you can't really put it that way because the handle here gets in the way of the backpack. And then just for completion, there he is holding it as a handgun. That kind of looks alright. A bit bulky, but it doesn't look unnatural. And again, we would have seen this with the Ironhide mold. The axe. You have to put the handle in first, which is, God, very tight on the arm. Whew. That took some doing. So much so that I pulled the arm off. Thank God it's meant to happen. There we go. And again, they really do like using this white plastic, don't they? I guess it saves them having to paint it. But for Ratchet, I would have said, nah, come on. Give him some more detailing. There we are. What is cool, though, now that I have Ratchet and Ironhide, is that their axes, they could both, like, dual wield the axes, which I think is pretty badass. Right, so before I transform Ratchet into his car mode, Cybertronian car mode, it is, of course, comparison time. And annoyingly, I've put Ironhide somewhere that I can't really reach. There we go. There's Ironhide's weapons. There's Ironhide. So here you can see the similarities. Ratchet has a different molded chest. I think all the other pieces are the same. This looks to be molded the same. Interestingly, this little vent here looks narrower than it does on Ironhide's. Well, that's not really a very obvious difference. Yeah, I like the little sort of heart monitor detailing on Ratchet. It's nice to have something different other than just the Autobot badge everywhere. You know, of course, he has got it there as well. I think behind they look the same. Yeah, the calves are the same molded plastic as well. So there we go. I think I'm trying to think of a moment in the game where they appear on screen together, and it might be just in a cutscene, or maybe even like a like passers-by, like ambient characters through a mission or something. Oh god, I suppose I should. There we go. There's the backdrop. Yay! Fantastic. Look, it's good that they try new things, but I do not miss the backdrops at all. All right. Yeah, I mean, there's not much point going over articulation because it's the same as Ironhide, but for those of you who have never seen this mold before, rotation at the wrist, very bendable elbows, but I think that's mostly due to transformation. His shoulders, they do like rotate up here like this, but you have to move this pauldron out of the way to get it to work. The pauldron itself doesn't move, except up and down and a slight swivel due to transformation. The head, kind of like Ironhide, the head is really tight at some angles. Can kind of nod your head because the Transformers come in. Nod your head. Anyway, He has a waist swivel, which also feels a little bit tight. Probably just because he's fresh out of the box. He has a beautiful spread, a high kick, both forward and back. Back not as much because of the big heifer calves. I think that looks like it might be 90 degrees at the knee, maybe a little bit under. The feet don't tilt back and forth. They do rock side to side, and you do have a bit of a toe bend there in both directions. So there we go. That is Ratchet's that is Ratchet's articulation, and now we will articulate him into a car. Now again, hopefully this will be almost exactly the same as Ironhide's transformation. If I get stuck on this, then I have failed as a collector. Yeah, that's it. Like that. Oh yeah. I feel like the camera angle's finally in a position where you guys can actually see the transformation. I'm sort of having to watch it through the ring light, which is a little bit awkward, but as long as it gets done and we can all see what's going on, that's the most important thing. Yeah, that looks right. That's the front of his little cab there. Rotate that and rotate these. Lift up the shins. Move that out. Oh, no. That way was right the first time. Oops. Sorry, that plugs in there. Not a problem. And then that's going to angle around here and become the roof of the car in just a second. Okay. Almost had it. I think I'll save those for a bit. Just got to make sure the shell is all lined up correctly. See, there's some clearance issues over here. There we go. I've just noticed there's a little tab coming off his arm there, which isn't on this side. I'm not sure why that is, unless there's a different place to store the arm. Right, anyway, this now needs to tab down there. Yeah, there we go. That's it. That's Ratchet's car mode. And he rolls very smoothly. Very smoothly indeed. Yeah, a nice little compact Cybertronian sort of van, or well, less of a van, more like a little buggy, shell bug or something. And the weapon storage in this mode is just as awkward looking as in the robot mode. The axe goes there. And this, at least on Ironhide, this just hangs off the back. Yeah, it's got the same tabs. So you have this kind of weird junk hanging off the back. Ironhide is just as guilty of it, so it's not unique to Ratchet. Speaking of, let's put Ironhide somewhere else. We are done with him now. Okay. Let's just pop these off, and we'll do another comparison, this time with Ratchet's noble leader, Optimus Prime. Again, from the Studio Series War for Cybertron line. Interesting fact, I picked this up from Comic-Con last year, so they're a year apart, but from the same convention. Yeah, not really much more to say about the car mode, really. That it's nice and compact, it rolls nicely. Yeah, and it's a faithful adaptation of what appears in the game, minus the paint detailing. Again, very vibrant colours here, very muted in the game. So we will see Ratchet in robot mode again at the end of the stream, as per my unboxing tradition. There we go. One down. Several more to go. Do you regret not having a prediction on now? Sorry, I just gave the camera a nudge. Okay, where can I put you? Down here. Alright, next. Oh, let's move Optimus out of the way as well. Arg. Do you know what I just realised? I got a whole bunch of figures out to do size comparisons with their counterparts. And who am I missing? Studio Series Devastation Optimus Prime. But not to worry. I don't even know where he is. He's in the cupboard. He's in the cabinet somewhere. Nah, fuck it. We know what he looks like. Time for a bit of tea. Well, okay. Oh, do you know what? I never commented on the box art. Too late. But Wheeljack's box art, pretty standard. There he is, as he appears in the game. Sort of a cell-shaded look. The figure itself isn't cell-shaded, but the windscreen is allegedly painted to evoke the Devastation game, which is a lot more cartoon accurate. Like, it's meant to be inspired by a direct continuation of the G1 universe. Okay. Oh, I just remembered I was going to do a comparison with Masterpiece Wheeljack as well. Never mind. It's not about the comparisons, it's about the figure itself. I just like to show him with his mates that came from the same place he did. Okay. Oh, he feels really great. That is some nice plastic quality there. And then his accessories will be in there. What have we here? I think he's got a couple of things hidden inside this wrapping. There we go. Yep. So according to TF Wiki, Wheeljack's weapon here is based on the the default blaster, the original blaster, I think it might be called, from the Devastation game. But this itself is a retool or repaint of something from the War for Cybertron Siege toy line, or Earthrise. I think it came with the Jazz figure from that line. I could be wrong. I can only remember vague parts of the TF Wiki research that I did, which wasn't much, to be fair. But still, little handheld weapon there. And then this is just Wheeljack's shoulder cannon, which he now has. Yes, I put it on the right shoulder. A very, very cool, very faithful Generation 1 leaning figure. It's surprising how similar he feels to the Masterpiece version. Like, even by looks. Like, the plastic quality is up there with Masterpiece quality as well. This is like budget Masterpiece figures, whereas traditional Masterpiece stuff is money, money, money. These are a more, more consumer-friendly model. And look at how good it is. So the Studio Series Devastation Optimus Prime that I have is about the same height as this. And doesn't have the best transformation, but I think that because this is a retool / repaint of the, I think it might be the Studio Series 86 Wheeljack, if that even exists. I know it's based on a recent version of Wheeljack. Again, that might also be Earthrise. God, Earthrise is like 5 years ago now, maybe a little bit more, slightly less. And Hasbro is still rolling out figures from that line with a different paint job. And then suckers like me are like, oh, and get it. Anyway, oh right, no, sorry, before we do transformation. Yeah, as I said, he looks and feels really good. Sorry, I put him down a bit fast because I'm satisfied that he's great already. Sorry, yeah. So he has hand rotation, an elbow bend there, which is not tight but not loose at the same time, so it's very, very movable. Wheeljack, more like wheeljacking it. Sorry, that was inappropriate. Good shoulder movement. Kind of go all the way around without much hindrance, except for a little impact there where the shoulder meets his back panel. The elbow, of course, only goes to 90 degrees, by the way. His forearms are kind of tapered as well. I don't know why, but I kind of like that. I'm not sure if that's accurate or if it's just a design choice. His head is kind of got a little bit of wobble to look up and down, but that's mostly because the plate that his head is stood on moves for transformation. And he's got a very nice waist swivel. Another beautiful spread. Not as beautiful as Ratchet's, but it'll do the job. Oh, his hips are very stiff, but there's a very high kick in both directions. Just over 90-degree bend at the knee. Very nice ankle tilt there, or pivot, whichever. And he has a toe bend, mostly for transformation. Not much for going up, but all that way going down. So I'm noticing similarities between this and the Masterpiece figure, so I'm starting to wonder if maybe I can figure this out on my own. But I won't risk it. I will actually follow the instructions. Pardon me, I was just reading a message. Okay. Right. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, he also has the option to wield his shoulder cannon in his hand. kind of a, what do they call it in Men in Black? The midgie cricket? Why do I get a midgie cricket? Yep, or it can go on his shoulder. Yep, fine, we knew about that. So, let's turn him into the Lancia Stratos Rally. The most inconspicuous disguise a Transformer could have. There's literally nothing wrong with that disguise at all. Said no one ever. Rotate this that way. Yep. Okay. I can already see that this looks like it's going to come down the side of the car, but we'll see what happens. Wrists up there. Could have just rotated them both at the same time, to be fair. Chest panel down like that. Again, I'm very grateful for small instructions. Noisy cricket, yeah, that's it. Yep, so the head going into the cavity like that, that happens in the Masterpiece version as well. Then rotate this. What's going on here? What have I... Oh. Did I not rotate it? Oh, I don't know, whatever. And that tabs in there, or at least it should be. Oh wait, no. I see what's going on. Yeah, the midriff here is on a separate... Right, okay. Oh, fucking hell. Amazing. So, what you're supposed to... What is the clear it's meant to be? Right, so that's how it was in Rebel mode. So, so we detached that in the previous step, put his head down, hold this all together and rotate that around. Oh. Yeah, that's it, like that. Legs down, toes out, leg down, toes out. You know how we roll. Flip these up here. And rotate these up. Put the toes down. Why? Why are you like this? Well, this is a negative, that's for sure. So for me to put this back, I have to basically undo all the steps that I just did. Fucking incredible. Okay. It didn't pop back in there very hard, so I think it is just a bit loose. There we go. Right. Fold these up, fold these up. Okay. There we go. That's the section now done. Yeah, and tab them together, which I've already figured out. Good. Then up here. Oh, I see. There's like a double hinge joint behind the shoulders. And then that comes down and tabs in there. Yeah, I'm glad I followed the instructions because most of it wasn't at all like the Masterpiece version. But yeah, there we go. There is the Lancia Stratos inspired car mode of Wheeljack. Looks like there's only one storage option at a time, although there are these pegs on the back where you can store things as well. So you can put the little rocket launcher there, or you can have a mounted sort of laser pistol, or you can store them here. You could kind of do both, I think. Yeah, not the prettiest, but at least it's somewhere to put them. It's a very nice, clean car mode. I think I've said before, I always enjoy a car that turns into a robot. It's like the core principle of a Transformer. What is it? It's a robot that turns into a car. And then you go, and then from there, trucks, motorbikes, whatever. Anyway, yeah. The figure feels really good. I like the paint apps. I wouldn't say it's an exact representation of what you see in the game, because, you know, why would it be? It's a very stylized game. Very kind of bouncy and colourful. And this can be colourful, but with plastic you can't really be bouncy with it and flexible. Very rigid. Storage options are a bit limited, but I think that's just the limit of the figure. You know, that's obviously weapon storage in a game is that it just disappears into the ether. So yeah, can't be helped. How does it roll? Not the greatest. So yeah, I think these sockets here that are on his legs, weirdly, I think they're kind of preventing some clearance issues. Or maybe the wheels just don't roll very well. I don't know. But overall, pretty chuffed with that. It is a bit strange that this will, you know, Optimus Prime's truck mode from this line, I think he might be narrower than Wheeljack. But yeah, his truck mode will be like this long. And, you know, next to someone who's meant to be smaller than him. That is a little bit strange. But I get it. They don't want to do... You know, Devastation is a good game, but I think it's another example where it just didn't sell very well, so Hasbro were kind of just like, pfft, let it gather dust. But in the spirit of the Studio Series line, they want to bring updated characters from across all of their IPs, including the Transformers Devastation game. But they don't want to put so much budget into designing another large-scale Optimus Prime, when there's already so many out there. I mean, if anything, they would just slightly repaint the Studio Series 86 mold and call it the Devastation mold. Anyway, I think between the two of them, I think that Optimus Prime's Devastation look is more accurate than Wheeljack's, certainly as robot mode. But this is a very good smaller scale Wheeljack to have, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection, as I am happy to have all the robots in my collection. Speaking of, there is more to unbox, so let me just move him to one side. We'll bring him out with Ratchet later. Next up, we will mourn the loss of what could have been a very good AAA Transformers game. But thanks to the suits and poor decision makers, Splash Damage never got to make a Transformers game. Wait, no, correction. They did make a Transformers game. They just kept being told to remake it until it reached such a point that Hasbro were like, nah, get rid of it, mate. So next we were. Oh, sorry, Hannah's asking me if I need anything from Lidl. I don't think so. Oh dear. I was a bit late replying to that because I was too busy talking about robots, but hopefully she'll see it. Oh no, it does say she's still at Lidl. That's good. Maybe I'll put my phone somewhere I can see it a bit better. Like my lap. Okay, so Transformers Reactivate was going to be I think a third-person shooter action game, starring, you know, the likely lads, Optimus Prime, who also got a toy, Soundwave, Starscream, I think they both got a toy as well, and of course Bumblebee. Other characters were going to be appearing in it as well, It's a real shame because once it approached cancellation, oh, I think someone's doing fireworks or something. So if you hear any background noises, that's probably it. And yeah, the test footage looked really good. Like it looked promising, rather. It was kind of set in a really unique world as well. Like it's separate to the Transformers battle. It was set in a post-apocalyptic Earth. So Autobots and Decepticons had kind of teamed up to face the same threat. There was a teaser trailer that was released in, oh god, I think as far back as 2021, or maybe even 2019. And honestly, I had complaints about that already because it was a trailer that told you nothing about it being connected to Transformers, except for when it revealed the title. There was absolutely nothing to do with Transformers in it. It was so fucking stupid. Honestly. Sorry, Hannah asked me if I want anything from Lidl, and I thought I needed shower gel. Turns out there's a new shower gel bottle in the bathroom already. I just forgot where it was. Okay. Right, sorry. Bumblebee. Yeah. I will mourn the loss of the game. Honestly, that's happened twice to me in the past few years. I was very excited for Transformers Reactivate. It got cancelled. I was very excited for that fan-made Lego Bionicle game. Got cancelled. So, I mean, it's not like I'm chomping at the bit for games. It's just that Lego Bionicle and Transformers games are somewhat lacking. Okay. Right, okay, sorry, still messaging. So I thought that this was a much more recent studio series, but apparently it's not. Here's a backdrop. So this obviously shows some insight into what the game could have looked like. This looks like some sort of hub. Like that looks like a mission control thing. You can almost imagine like a hologram interface there. Man, it's really sad that we'll never see what they had in mind. I mean, again, you can probably find somewhere on the internet the leaked footage from like a demo. You'll be able to see what it was like. Anyway, yeah. Post-apocalyptic setting means that Bumblebee isn't quite the cutesy little bug that he normally is designed as. In fact, he should be looking quite badass. Come on, where are you stuck? There, okay. And there. Is that everything? Oh. There we go. Excuse me. Does he have any weapons? Not on there. And not in the box. Is it on the back of the... No. Does he or does he not have weapons? Because in the box art here, he's holding these like little handguns. Did I drop it on the floor when I opened him? I don't think so. What does the instructions say? Oh my god, okay. Well, that is cool if that's true. Let's just have a quick look. Oh no. Okay. I thought they were stored in the back of his arms, but no, they're just that is a storage option for them. They inside his body or something. I really don't want to think of. Look, I really don't want to think of it being missing. But I'm right. He is meant to have some handheld weapons, which I. Oh man, just double checking everything. Yeah, there's definitely nothing in the box. Nothing on the paperwork. And there's nothing attached to the card frame that he was on. And I mean, I don't care for the backdrop, so I'm just going to dismantle it just to see if it's not. Yeah. No, not there. So is it somewhere else on his person, I wonder? So you see, sorry, what I got excited about is that it was showing that you can put them on the back of his arms, and I was like, oh my god, is that where they are? But they're not on his shoulders, they're not in his hands, they're not behind his arms. So sadly, I think that the guns are missing. That really sucks. I guess I can try and get in touch with Hasbro about that, but I don't know if they're going to care for it, because again, it's a figure from a dead game. Let me just have a quick look and see if it's on the floor.
Emotional damage!
No. Definitely nothing fell on the floor. What a pity. I mean, unless they're stored somewhere else upon here and I just can't see them. I suppose that's always an option. Yeah, shame. 3 points, I lost things. I can't lose it if it was never packaged in the first place. God, what a pain. Oh well. I mean, the robot still looks pretty cool. As I said, a pretty badass version of Bumblebee. He's got the little wings on his back, inspired by the movie universe. He's bulkier than I thought he would be, but he's also not so bulky as to not have that sort of Bumblebee-ish, you know, scout feel. He's very light. I mean, I'm excited to see what the buggy looks like. Probably something sort of like Mad Max style. Okay. Head. Oh, good paint apps as well. I like the sort of silver highlights where the lights would be. A molded Autobot badge there. I kind of like the exhaust look here as well. Whoops. Head can look around and can look up quite far, but I think that's mostly due to some transformation things. Because when you lift that panel up, he can really lift his head up. Okay. Shoulders all the way up like that. There's a little bit of movement in the pauldrons as well. There's no upper arm swivel, but you get an elbow swivel thanks to a ball joint. And that can go all the way up like that. No rotation in the hands. He doesn't have a waist swivel at all. He has an upper thigh rotation. I think just shy of 90 degrees at the knee. He has an ankle tilt. Yeah, it's kind of on a ball joint. You can't really tilt it that far, but you can tilt it back that far, and it rolls side to side. So there we go. Yeah, that's Reactivate Bumblebee robot mode. Sans handguns. That really is a shame. I mean, I can't really think of anywhere else I could check. Like, I haven't opened it. You know, this is the first time I've opened it. You've seen me. You saw me take it apart. Yeah, the guns are just missing. Unless there was some kind of quality control issue. Maybe they finished the figure, but were like, oh no, the game's been cancelled. We're not going to finish this thing off. Let's just like shoot it out as is. I suppose that could be a reason. Right, let's check out the transformation. I mean, again, I can't really compare it to the game because I never saw him in the game, but I think it's a good look for Bumblebee. It feels great. It's still got that Studio Series, you know, plastic quality, paint quality. But what are you going to do? What have we got here? Rotate that out like that. Yeah. The head. Is that moving down or up? Yeah, that way, I think. And it's meant to... I think it's meant to bring something with it. Very strange. Okay, hang on. God, what have I done? Bloody hell. Right. So the whole chest piece came forward like that. Yeah. And down like that. I think that's accurate. But then it's showing the head sort of folding down there, but with a whole piece lifting up out of here, but I can't make out what piece that's meant to be. Oh, I'm being summoned. I was going to take a break after this one anyway, so I'll take a break partway through it instead. Hello, Venomane. Sorry, you're just in time for me to disappear for a few minutes. I will see you all in a bit. BRB. Right, I am back. Thank you for your patience. Just had to help get some shopping in, and of course catch up with Hannah. Back to this then. Yeah, I mean, I told Hannah about the missing parts on this, and she quite wisely suggested that I contact who I purchased it from. Not necessarily because it's their fault, but, you know, if they've ordered defective stock, might be something they want to know about. They, in turn, may well say to me, get in touch with Hasbro. I don't even know if that's worth it, because, again, it's for a character from a cancelled game. I feel like Hasbro aren't going to be that bothered about it. But, I mean, I don't know. If you don't ask, you don't get, which is what I said to Hannah, so we'll see how it goes. I'm still very confused with how this transformation works, though. See, it looks like it wants to lift this panel up out of here, but it's snagging, so yeah, I don't know. There's, I mean, is there room for it to swing out this way? No, it won't swing that way because of Bumblebee's head. So, I don't know. Ah, see, that looks right. But I'm still not convinced that's where it wanted me to go. Right, let's just kind of fold it all back together again. Oh, that didn't sound good. But I wonder if that was in fact what I was meant to do. Frickin' thing. I'm still kind of leaning towards putting it back where it was, so that I can just start from scratch for the transformation, I mean. That looks correct. Yeah, okay, right. Start from scratch. So, pop that down, like that, I guess. Yeah. Or, wait, what? Huh? Yeah, so that's in there. Pull it out of there. And then the whole assembly up. Yeah, including this bit. And then the whole thing down like that. No, that's not right. You see, this bit moves separately. Bring that down. And the head is left up here like that. I don't understand this bit at all. Why does it want it to come up like out of there? There's not enough room. It does not have the space. It does not have the clearance. See, it wants the arms looking like this, but that's irrelevant to getting the head out. That was head down, And then it doesn't just mean that either. It literally means this section. See, I almost had it when I put it the other way. So can I cheese it by just following through with that? Maybe this is why Transformers Reactivate was cancelled. What did I miss? Quote 466. Put it in your diary. Robo creamed today. See, that bit comes together so well, but then this obviously has to be like up here. So that's the hood of the buggy. No secret hinges either that I can make out. Okay, I'm going to see what the TF Wiki says, because maybe this is a known issue. Right, bear with. TF Wiki. Okay. Reactivate. Toy line. Gamer Edition Bumblebee. The Reactivate Deluxe Class Bumblebee was re-released individually in the 26th wave of the Studio Series Deluxes under the Gamer Edition subline. Oh right, okay, so it's the same as the previous version. Okay. Reactivate Bumblebee is a deluxe-sized figure that transforms into an armoured post-apocalyptic buggy. He comes with a pair of handheld submachine guns, which can, in either mode, be plugged into his shoulders or hood, or stored underneath his forearms undercarriage. If I had them. There are a few transformation steps that are not clear in the instructions. The tops of his doors need to be pushed underneath his windows to lock into place. There are tabs on his forearms that go into the black armatures between the wheels to help secure them. The front bumper should be slid down for robot mode. Also, be careful not to push the windshield neck area too far back in robot mode, as it can get stuck and cause paint chipping in the corners. Yeah, that's it. So I wonder if that's what it means here about this getting stuck, because it got pushed too far back. But then that wasn't me. It was packaged this way. But then how would I avoid it when I transform it back myself? Or I'm just completely misinterpreting what it was saying. Did it just mean this bit? Maybe I'll see if I can find some pictures. Ah, someone on Reddit said, my Reactivate Bumblebee can't transform. I think they're showing the exact same problem mine has. My Studio Series Reactivate came with the vehicle mode windshield in his torso rather than on his back. I've tried forcing it out, but I'm scared I'm going to break it if I keep trying. Oh dear. Alright. Someone's talking about using a video. Ah, they timestamped it as well, thank God. Right, pull the hood down, yes. Shout out to Mgo for his Just Transform It videos. Yep, pull the front section down. And then the head down. And then this whole section. Oh, okay. You do just have to be forceful with it, apparently. So, take it here, and then just... It doesn't feel right, but I'm going to do what the man on the internet said. Fuck me. Can't force it through from this side. Oh, nearly. Nearly. Come on. You can do it. Goodness me. What the hell kind of design process is this? I'm just gonna show you what I'm trying to do to show that I'm not going crazy. Hang on. Here we go. So, you see here, this is the roof tab in that cavity. Just give it a pull and out it comes. That's what I'm trying to do. But apparently, my copy is not being so forgiving as that. Amazing. Okay, I might be able to lever it. Just give it a pull and out it comes. Oh. Oh. Came forward quite a bit there. Fuck me. This better be worth all this trouble. So damn close. See, I don't want to put this back on and risk pushing it further back. Not when I've got it so close to coming out. Hey! There we go. Bloody hell. That was painful. So I think now I can actually get it to go where it wanted to. So I think at the moment it's just up like that. And now we can finally turn the instructions over. Okay. Yep, down onto there and tab that in. And now here at the back, these bits out to the side. Fold these out. That's on very thin, spindly plastic. Doesn't feel good. Hopefully it's more rigid than it appears. And fold these down. Rotate the feet up and in there, I guess. Correct. And then this whole assembly. Wait, what? Oh wait, we're looking at it this way now. What the fuck? Oh, I see. So it must be like that? TF Wiki wasn't kidding, this really is unclear. Oh, and then his whole leg comes off, of course it does. Is it just like that? Oh, yeah, like that. And then... Still doesn't look right. Ah, there we go. I think his head was in the way. Yeah, I can see the tabs in the side there now. Yeah, those tabs there. Oh my god, you have given me enough trouble for one night. Will you please just go where you're meant to? Okay, there we go. That's the back half, I think. And then coming back to this part, the forearms. I can't even make out what that's meant to be. Just like that. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Oh, didn't the wiki say something about the windows having to go under the... Oh my god, yeah, okay. that looks... Yeah, close these around there. Yeah, like that. That was good. That kind of helped out lock everything into place. Yep, good. And then close these around the front. Oh my god, we finally got there. That is Transformers Reactivate Bumblebee. And it has terrible clearance on the wheels. It's basically dragging its lifeless corpse along the road. Like Hasbro were dragging a lifeless corpse of a game for so many years. I mean, again, it's more compact than I would have expected. It does actually have that cutesy, chibi Bumblebee shape that you come to know and love. Sorry, I tried adjusting the camera and now I've just made it worse. There we go. Yeah, and there is also something vaguely VW Beetle about it as well. He's got these kind of almost like drills on the back of his heels that become exhaust ports, I guess. Well, no, those must be the exhaust ports. Rear-engined. Yeah, definitely a post-apocalyptic sort of buggy. I guess that does look the part. It's armoured as well. You can see like the roll cage, the bullet case, the bulletproof parts here. An up-class dune buggy. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, it doesn't really want to roll at all. Yeah, and it is a shame about the handguns. They allegedly could store here, or you can keep them stored and they would fit in that little cavity there. Yeah, I'm going to need to find out what happened with that, because it's 100% definitely not here. Unless I really am that blind. In which case I'll find out after stream, I guess. I will scour all the boxes that I've opened so far to see if I can find them. Yeah. Well, yeah, there we go. Reactivate Bumblebee. Bit of a disappointment in more ways than one. One isn't really the fault of the designers, nor is it the fault of the developers of the game. It's a shame, because I expected to like it more than I did. And maybe I'll warm to it over time. But not a very good first impression. That transformation was far too tricky. Anyway, we will take a look at him again later. We've still got 5 total Transformers to go. Up next, we're going with Age of the Primes, the 13 Alpha Trion. So, Alpha Trion, one of the Primes who does not have Prime in his name. Depicted here as his younger self, the scribe of the Primes, complete with a book to write down the deeds of the early Cybertronians. He turns into a little Cybertronian spacecraft. Oops. And yeah, what's something a lot of people wanted to point out is that he doesn't come with the long beard. Now here's where we get into television territory, because in the 3rd season of the original cartoon, I believe it's Rodimus goes back in time, or sees a vision of the past, where he sees a very young Alpha Trion, minus the beard. So that's why this 13 Primes version of Alpha Trion does not include the beard. It's just evoking that kind of younger self kind of thing. Bit of a deep cut. Not as deep as a deep cut we're going to get later on with Nemesis Prime, but yeah, Alpha Trion. So this is my... Hang on, who have I got? Onyx Prime, Megatronus, Alchemist Prime, Primer Prime, Solus Prime. Did I say Onyx Prime? I think I did. Let's try again. Onyx, Solus, Megatronus, Primer, Alchemist, and this is Alpha Trion. So that's 6 primes so far. Prime number. I think Amalgamus Prime is due for release soon. Micronus Prime is out there somewhere. Who else? Who else? Not sure. Need to find out. God, he feels like there's a lot of pages in here, but it's probably just a very big instruction booklet. Let's free him. Free Alpha Trion. Okay. So he is very much a nerd. The fact that he comes with a book. That's pretty cool, though. Oh my god, and it's got pages. Look at that. That's really cool. Okay. He's still stuck in there. Or his backpack is just stuck. There we go. Lots of plastic crap on here. Like the actual plastic crap, I don't mean the Transformers, obviously. Okay. Alpha Trion, then. Yep, just like the other primes, he's got a very nice quality plastic feel to him. He's very solid. A very rigid, strong guy. Try and get these out. I think these are meant to be his heels. Oh, are they? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I guess once you equip him with a heavy tome, he's likely to fall over. I'm not sure if his cape is meant to be equipped in this mode. No, I'll probably see how the instructions want him out of the box. Nice verso and recto, aka left and right pages from quiz question I used. Ah. Oh wait, what else we got in here? Oh, of course, he has a flared base. Anyway. And he has a Cybertronian quill. Look at that. A feather. Cybertronian feather. Lovely. Alright. Out of the box. Oh, hang on. These go in his shoulders, and apparently there's more than one. How come I can only see one? Oh dear. Oh god. Oh no, there it is. Oh, thank god for that. I was like, please don't tell me it's the second guy in a row to have something missing. Okay, so we just plugged those in there. Not sure why they came loose, but we'll roll with it. Right, next it says to lift this up and take this in collapsed form. Fine. And plug it this way around here. Okay. If it'll stay there. At the moment it doesn't seem to want to. Ugh. And then bring that down. Okay, I don't know what that does, but that's what we were told. Right, okay. Alchemist Prime. Sorry, Alchemist Prime. Oh my god. Getting my primes wrong. Alpha Trion. He can wield his book. So let's open it onto the middle page. I'm not sure what the correct orientation is. Does he hold it like that? He's got no wrist swivel, so... Like that? Does that look right? I don't know. Doesn't look like a natural reading position. Where does it say to put it in the instructions? So you put it in his hand like that. Really? Oh yeah, okay. And then just open it. I mean, that looks okay, I guess. I don't know. That's not really how I would have him hold the book, truth be told. And then the quill, with much difficulty. Okay, there we go. It goes in his hand. And then try to get him to hold the book in front of him. There you are. You want my autograph? Right, got there in the end. Alpha Trion out of the box. The book is a little bit awkward, more awkward than I thought it would be. Might be able to reposition it better later. The quill also, for a very tight grip, it's not the thickest bit of plastic, so I'm worried about how that might go if I have to keep fighting with his limbs. But the figure himself, again, really great. A really nice youthful appearance. And also very unique compared to the rest of the primes. He seems shinier. He's obviously more colourful, but then that's the Alpha Trion look. And unlike Reactivate and Wheeljack, I do actually have some comparisons. There's Alchemist Prime, a fellow Movember member. Although he's got the little goatee to go with it, whereas Alpha Trion just has a stash. They look good together. They look like they should be pals. Maybe they are. I don't know. I think when I did the previous Prime unboxing, I did a little readout of the TF Wiki bit, didn't I? So let me find Alpha Trion. Bear with. Alpha Trion. Okay, here we go. A little blurb. Alpha Trion, sometimes called A3 or Sig Omega, is one of the oldest living Transformers, with some claiming that he dates back to the very first generation of Cybertronians. His age has given him unprecedented experience and the wisdom that comes with it. To that end, Alpha Trion has dedicated himself to recording Cybertron's history in the Covenant of Primus, knowing that those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. Though in his younger years he fought against those beings that threatened Cybertron and its freedom, in his older years he has eschewed the path of the warrior, preferring to serve as an advisor to other Transformers. He now acts as a mentor and guide to many an Autobot leader, having particularly close relationships with Optimus Prime and Elita 1. Even they, however, know little of the enigmatic sage's true history, and his connections to Vector Sigma, Primus, and the history of Cybertron itself have boosted him into legendary status. And his quote is given as, "Respect your elders." Cool, there we go. Thank you, TF Wiki, for that info there. Right, cool. So we can see Alpha Trion with Alchemist Prime. Very good, very nice. So, the robot mode. He can somewhat look up and down, but there's actually a hinge in his neck, which is helping that out. He can look up quite high. I've got to say, I quite like the head mould. It's quite an interesting shape. I mean, there's the side profile. It's like an interesting helmet. You can almost see this purple piece being like a sort of set of goggles that you could lift off. a nice elbow bend there, over 90 degrees. As I mentioned, no wrist swivel, but his wrists can sort of disappear into his forearm. Ooh, and pop out with a bit of effort. The pauldrons look really good. I think they're meant to be... Are they meant to be flared? No, see, in the instructions it actually shows to have the pauldrons down like that, but I actually quite liked how they look up here. I suppose you can kind of do the same thing with Primer Prime, so I guess it's just user preference. But I'll have them down like that. Thank you, Seribot, for getting rid of that. This obviously doesn't like to stay in place, so we'll figure out where that goes when we do the transformation. Oh, hang on, tell you what. Apparently he can actually use this as a blade. I just noticed this next step in the instructions. And you can plug this. Hang on. What does it say to do? Open it out. Oh, you know what? I think I might have had it the wrong way round. That might have been why it kept falling out. Because you can close it that way, and you can close it that way. Very interesting. So I think the way it wants me to close it now is this way. Yeah, there we go. And then that goes on the forearm. So he's kind of got a little combat knife and shield thing going on. That's pretty cool. I'm always here for a sword and shield user. Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot about this. You can also, if it'll come out, I don't know how easy it is to get out. Yes, there we go. He can take off his Autobot insignia and apparently hold it like this, but I don't really know how I'm going to get it in there. Oh, yeah, okay. I think that might be because he, I think in the cartoon he might take it off and give it to Optimus Prime. I think that might be what he can do. And then the instructions also show that you can unplug this, plug the Autobot badge in there and have this somewhere instead, on his forearm or something. I kind of like it there in the middle. It's almost like it designates him as the first Autobot. Still, that was cool. So I want to come back to the weapon storage just briefly. I think I got through the articulation a little bit, but I've been sidetracked. So coming back to his shield. Yeah, that bit's intriguing. Yes, this bit tabs into there. So I did have it the wrong way around before. There we go. That makes it much more secure. And then we slap that over the top. But the quill stores in here. I think that's where it's showing it to go. Yep, facing that way. And just tabbing on that groove there. And then the book hangs off his back like that. Well, those are huge pluses. As you'll know, I am a huge sucker for weapon and accessory storage in both modes. So I'm very happy that I get to put everything that he comes with on his back. I mean, God, the more I look at the robot mode, the more I really like it. I still think the pauldrons look better up like that. Because I think the older version of Alpha Trion, he has like a cape. So it's almost like these secure on there and then the cape flows off him. What would also be cool is because you can take these on and off, you could almost print or cut some fabric and have them affixed under these plugs to drape behind him, which I think is a really pretty cool idea. Or even, I don't know, you probably couldn't get it underneath. I don't know, I'm just throwing out some ideas there. If any Transformers customizers are looking for inspiration, there you go. Give Alpha Trion a cape. Right, so back to the articulation. I think I got as far as the elbow and the wrists. He does have a waist swivel, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit limited because of the stuff on his back. But if you lift this up, you can get a little bit more. But then I think his shield is still getting in the way. So I think if you move his arms up, you get more of it there. But that's fine. He can kick that far up. Not very far back, again, because of everything on his back. But if you take those off, then he can kick that far back. And again, you've kind of got to move the cape out of the way for it to do that. Alpha Trion, show us your spread. Ooh, an epic spread. Look at that. It goes into minuses on the... well, it goes beyond 180 degrees. But this in the back gets in the way a little bit. Very nice knee bend, just over 90 degrees there. Ankle tilt and no pivot. But I think the toes... yeah, you kind of get a bit of a foot bend there. But they don't go up that way. And then some added heel support, which is also very good. Yeah, honestly, this is starting to be one of my favourite looking and feeling Age of the Primes figures. Among the 13, I mean. I mean, the thing is, they're all so unique. They're all great in their own ways. But I was bound to have a favourite at some point. And I think Alpha Trion might be the one. Right, that's enough gushing about the robot mode. Let's turn him into his little spaceship. So the head just nods back like that. Put the arms up here and fold the hands in. Then on the back we have these, which fold out on ball joints. Whoops. This folds down like that, and this folds out. Oh, and over his head. So it's almost like he's putting on his own seatbelt. Wow. And now this comes up, and that comes down there. What, like that? I guess that's right. Yeah. The legs turn that way. Oh, excuse me. Close the heel supports. Ooh, they're nice and stiff. No chance of him falling over when he stood up straight. Then, yeah, here we go. The toes come forward like that. And then snap the legs together. Okay. And then these upper thigh pieces, I thought they had a bit of give to them. They apparently pull out and slide up. There we go. Or just out at least. Yeah. Okay. Out like that. This way, the shield, yeah, so it would have been there. Oh wait, is this where it's meant to go? Yeah, that's where it was in robot mode. Okay. then rotate this whole section around like that. Rotate those back. And then this whole assembly, by the looks of it. Is that right? Yeah, it can only fold down there. Like that, and apparently it's... Hold up. No. Something's wrong here. No, it isn't. God, I'm confused. What's going on here? It's showing to bring the canopy down. But then it's showing some tabs that it has to peg into, and I don't see where those tabs are. What the fuck? It's not that one, because that's just one tab on its own. Does it mean those? I don't think so. So it's actually showing this tip here to be like down here somewhere. Oh, it's these tabs. Okay. Well, that's not going to get there anytime soon. So, how the oh, that was a bit unclear in the instructions. His upper body comes down like that. And then these tab in here, I think. I've noticed that his waist piece is coming apart there. It can just push back together, but I wonder if there's a screw that needs tightening. Right, okay. Yep, I've kind of done all this bit myself. Arms rotate that way, and then fold down the side, tabbing into the side of the canopy. Ah, very nice. And then this thing comes apart. Is that meant to be a landing gear? I mean, if it is, it works. Oh wait, no, they're just parts of the vehicle mode. Oh yeah, there's some grooves in the side of the legs. Ah, very clever. Very clever. I think there's another tab it's supposed to go into. Yeah, that one. Right, yeah, that's it. That's the vehicle mode. Just a pretty cool looking purple spaceship with some jagged wings. I like how they've managed to disguise the head as just some like decorative pylons up on the top there. Again, I really like the sheen on this piece. Very shiny. And I mean, yeah, there's not really anything to compare it to. It does make me think of the sort of Tetrajet form. The sort of pointy arrow seeker design that is seen in the first episode of Transformers cartoon. But yeah, it's a nice and solid. What I thought was landing gear isn't really one, but he's got these little fins here and this flat piece. That helps keep everything level. And then the book, where's that going? On the underside? Yeah, it's going there. That's what this mystery tab is for. Oh, right, great. That just helps flush out the underside here, the undercarriage. And then the feather, the quill. goes here. Or at least it would go there if I could line it up correctly. There we go. So you get a little bit of weapon storage there, and not noticeable from the top. Can only really see it there. Very good. All right. Yeah, okay, so that's a win. That was a very nice palette cleanser after the nightmare fuel that was Reactivate Bumblebee. But yeah, this is really good. A very excellent Age of the Primes entry, and I've just got one more comparison for this before we put him to one side. Here is Primer Prime transformed. So obviously not the same. Not on the echelon of a flying spaceship, but they are both Voyager class, so that you can kind of see the similarity in size there. Of course, I will have to take a picture of all the primes together so far. That'll be a tomorrow job, perhaps. Okay. Alpha Trion. Right, that is it for those guys. We are now on to the big cheese of the evening. Generations Nemesis Prime from the Armada universe, complete with the Star Saber via the Air Defense Minicon team. I was very excited to get this. I was also very surprised. I saw it in one retailer who, funnily enough, were directly opposite the Hasbro Pulse stand. But Hasbro Pulse were selling it £5, maybe even £10 cheaper than the retail store I found. Thank God Hannah was there to stop me, because I didn't notice. Or she advised that I take a look around first, and I was like, yeah, fair enough. And it paid off. Okay. So I mentioned a deep cut earlier with Nemesis Prime. So I was reading up on Nemesis Prime on the TF Wiki, and they were kind of questioning why he was packaged in with the Star Saber. Because the Star Saber isn't really used. In fact, I don't think it's ever used by Nemesis Prime in the Armada cartoon. However, in the in the cartoon continuity, there's is it a manga or a comic series? Let me just double check. Transformers Legends of the Microns, a comic miniseries available only with each volume of the Legends of the Microns DVD series in Japan. So Transformers Armada was called Legends of the Microns in Japan. So in the West it was known as Transformers Armada. Anyway, in linkage, Nemesis Prime was granted the Doomstone and was sent to ravage, devastate and destroy any world he came across, accompanied by Runover and the Aerial Extermination Minicon team. So the Aerial Extermination Minicon team, when I click on that link, it's basically the same guys as the Star Saber, but they're coloured like purple and black and, you know, Decepticon colours. So it's a very deep cut if that's what Hasbro were going for in packaging them in with Nemesis Prime. The colours certainly aren't right, but yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of no doubt they'll do a repaint of these at some point in those colours. For people such as I who spotted that link. Right. Nemesis Prime. I'm quite interested to see what this is like, because I couldn't really... You can't really see him that well in this box. There's the instructions. Okay. Oh, man. There's clamshells coming out the wazoo. The first White Ranger, welcome. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Ooh. Gotta be careful getting these guys out. I understand there's a QC issue with one of the minicons, which I'm going to have to investigate when we get there. Oh boy. Come on, what are you stuck on? Oh, I see. There we go. Oh wow! Look at that. That's really cool. He's holding it like that. Only just noticed. Very cool. So yeah, let go of that, please, Mr. Nemesis. Thank you. I'm very excited to see what the minicons are like because I haven't had a minicon since I had my Transformers Armada toys when I was little. And these are obviously like updated versions. And I never had the original Star Saber either. Okay, I think we can get Prime out now, potentially. Oh god. Don't scratch the pretty turquoise. Oh yeah, there we go. He just lifts out. Wonderful. And then he has his... Oh my god, really? Do I really have to dismantle the whole thing to get this gun out? Jesus. So, if anyone was interested, the backdrop in this box art is the planet that Nemesis Prime is encountered on in the Armada cartoon. Spoiler alert, that planet ends up being Unicron. So I think he's serving the purpose as the Herald of Unicron in the Armada universe. Come on! Just give me the gun! Why do I have to fucking demolish the whole thing just to get to one bit? Oh my god, and then I'm digging into it the wrong side. There we go, tear you apart. Okay, nearly there. That should not have been that difficult to get out. It's only this. That's all it is. I'm just going to check that there's nothing else in here that I need to retrieve. No. No, pretty sure that's it. Right. Thank you. Okay. So we have these guys. I'm going to try and dismantle them. There we go. Oops. Okay. So we're going to look at Nemesis Prime first. Actually, no. We're going to look at the Star Saber guys first. Ranger, had your Vegas trip, but you fell ill while travelling on the day of travelling. So half of the trip was bad, and the rest was good. The festival was amazing. Ah, hell yeah. Epic stuff, my lad. I'm sorry that you felt ill, but I'm glad you had a good time all the same. Right, I'm just going to get Nemesis ready, and then I'll move on to the Star Saber team. Okay. Nemesis are looking very cool. Okay, so we have Jetstorm, Sonar, and hang on. Just gotta air defense team. Here we go. Runway, Jetstorm, and Sonar. So I just need to remind myself which one's which, because I don't know them that well. Okay. Jetstorm is the Concorde SST, which I think is this one. Sonar is the Venture Star Shuttle, which I think is this one. Oh wait, no, this looks more like a Concorde. This is the Concorde SST then. Alright. So this must be Runway, the Boeing Sonic Cruiser. Alright, I want to try and get them into their robot modes. we go. So, runway. I mean, I suppose I could do vehicle to robot and then back to vehicle, but I kind of want everyone to be in robot mode out of the box and then vehicle mode after. Also, I think it's Jetstorm has a potential issue, quality issue, which I might have to be careful with when I come across it. It's like a pin joint that slides, but the plastic on it is very weak and has been prone to breaking on some people's figures. Again, it's good to find out these things before I end up buying the thing. Oh, actually, it could even be runway. Right, so we take runway and lift this up. Comes up and over. Okay, like that. Pull the legs apart, flip the feet out. I'm not really going to comment on the posability or anything until we have them all side by side. Yep, the hands are out. And then this out and down like that. Okay. Right, cool. So that's runway. We'll look at him properly in a second. Next, okay, Jetstorm. So that needs to stay there, and then the legs up like this. Down like that. And then rotate these like that. That's right, that's not the broken bit, that was just a ball joint that popped off. Put the feet down there. And then the arms down like that. I think this is the sliding bit that people meant, because this needs to come out like that. Yeah, that must be it. Alright, mine seems to have held up. That's good. But there is Jetstorm. These are very cute little guys. Very cool little miniature transforming jets. I think the easiest thing will be to put this into the vehicle mode out of the box. So this, like this, lift the hands up, close these together, rotate this like that. And then these up like that. All the way around. And then down like that. Yeah, cool. That's it, right. Then up like that. Alright, like that. Sonar definitely seems like the most complex of the three. Okay, pull the legs apart. And then turn the feet out, which rotate that away. And then, oh God, oh Lord, they come down like that. Oh right, okay, those aren't actually his full length of arms. Those, you have to shorten the arms. So that is Sonar. See, you could have gorilla arms if you so choose. That's pretty fun. But no, we'll do what the instructions say. Okay, there we go. I can now present the Air Defense Minicon team. Sonar, Jetstorm, and Runway. They felt really good out of the box as I was turning them into their robot modes. They look pretty good, just stocky little transforming jets in the spirit of a Minicon. Much more articulated than the Minicons were in the early noughties. Again, yeah, this piece here is a problem piece to some people who own this this set, but I'll have to just see how I get on with mine. If it does ultimately break, I'm fine with it, so long as I can still transform it one way or the other. So, yeah, I mean, like I do with my Masterpiece Jazz, he's basically in two parts, but it actually makes it easier to transform, and they both stay put when he's in robot mode and vehicle mode, so yeah. Yeah, they're very good. They're very, very stiff, which might be why this is causing a problem for some people, because the strength of it might be what's weakening it. Anyway, we're going to look at each Minicon individually, and then we'll turn him into the Star Saber. So here's Sonar, who turns into a space shuttle that it doesn't look quite the same, but it does remind me of this blue Power Ranger space shuttle that I used to have, which I was a big fan of. Keep seeing new versions of it and wanting it. Yeah, Sonar looks really cool. He's got these little painted sections on his lower legs that looks like it should be a sliding joint, and I'm wondering if that's a detail left over inspired by the original toy. I feel like that would have slid down to get his feet out. I don't know if that's true. That could be just complete. It could just be a design choice. It's got it there as well. I think he might be bigger than what the original Minicon size was. It's kind of hard to tell because obviously my hands have got bigger over the years. But he just looks really cool. Again, they just look like really cute, like stubby little. Like it's really cool. It's just, again, they're essentially a triple changer as well. They all form a jet or aircraft, a robot, and part of the Star Saber. And I think that's a really cool gimmick. I like his little cyclopean eye there as well. The paint apps are really good as well. Even though there's not much because of the size. Really nice blue and white look. Bright white, light blue. Very nice indeed. So he has just over 90 degrees at the elbow. Again, that's with the shortened arm configuration. You can have more posability with gorilla arms if you so choose, as we saw earlier. The shoulders are on a ball joint, but they can't come up this way. The way the shoulder squares off here is slightly too much to clear the abdomen. So you can only really get the 360 rotation at the shoulder like that. I don't think... Oh, of course it pulls off. Come on, get back in there. Thank you. I was trying to see if you could move the shoulder up any other way, but you can't really. I think it's a ball joint that's designed to flex, but not actually get a full range of motion, which is fine. You can see the shoulders come up like that. No head rotation. I've tried on Sonar and Jetstorm, I think, but that's fine. You don't really need the head to move. Just move the arms out of the way to deal with the legs. He has not a very good spread. I think the arms get in the way. Let's see if we can improve it by moving the arms right up here. Oh, there you go. Yep, so you got to move the arms right up to get a beautiful spread. Knees. He does have a knee joint, which doesn't go very far unless you bring the hip forward. See, like that, the knee only comes that far, but then if you bring the knee up, it goes a bit further. No waist swivel at all, which is fine. And now we will turn Sonar back into that jet that we saw earlier. So I'm going to start by putting the feet away and clipping them together. And then you put his head down like that. And then the arms come up there like that. And then just tab into the side / upper legs. There we go. So yeah, a very cool looking jet mode, shuttle mode rather. I quite like the angled wings. I don't know how aerodynamic that makes it, but perhaps with enough thrust coming out of this one port here, which really that's the Star Saber handle, but you know, you make do. Maybe with enough thrust it'll help it propel into space. But you can just have a nice little sit down there on its not landing gear. Okay. Let's get the problematic one out of the way, because I haven't actually seen the vehicle mode in full form with this yet. So yeah, Jetstorm, he does have the shoulders that come all the way up like this. The same level of articulation is present on all of them, I think. So yeah, the same elbow joint. The shoulders are once again on ball joints, so you can kind of get a bit of wow kind of going on. No head rotation, which we've covered. No waist swivel. Oh no, there you go. Yep, a wonderful spread from Jetstorm, and he can kind of, you can see the landing gear there. He can kind of, you know, it's a different way to get around using your rear peg wheel. Things I didn't know I would say this stream. A single knee bend joint. I think that's, yeah, again just shy of 90 degrees. And no toes of any kind, or no feet of any kind. There's just a solid plastic there, which is not a problem. It's pretty cool. Okay, now let's see if I can do this without maiming the poor fella. So we pull the chest out, and it rotates up on some ratcheted pieces, and then clips back in. Now the arms, that looks right, because there's a little tab in the wing that might snip into. Although it's not going in there very easily. I might have that wrong. Legs come up. I probably should look at the instructions, shouldn't I? I mean, that obviously comes down like that. Maybe I had it wrong on the arms. Okay, a quick look at the instructions. Oh, right, okay. These ball joints on the legs do like to pop out, so that's a thing. I'm not sure. Oh no, I was right with the arms. They go up there, bended in position like that. There is a little groove on the wings, but I don't know if they're meant to catch them or not. And then, there we go. So the forearms just sit in that gap in the leg. There we go. That looks correct. There you go. That's Jetstorm. God, a very cool. God, the Concorde was such a cool jet. It's just a shame that it was fumbled. I mean, I used to think that it was cancelled because of fuel efficiency. I mean, that might be a factor into it, but I think the largest thing was noise pollution, because it was so fucking loud when it flew over. You know, sonic speed and all that. And it was like, you know, breaking windows and shit. Allegedly. I don't know how true that is. People like to complain. But, goddamn. What was it? London to New York in a couple of hours? Something like that? Fucking incredible. And here it is, memorialized as a small transforming robot. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Very, very bulky on the undercarriage. But you can't really avoid that. In the aerial bot team, it's not Silverbolt. Or is it Silverbolt? Hang on, it's Air Raid, Firefly, Silverbolt, Firefly, and... Wait, did I say Firefly? I can't remember. Anyway, the leader of the aerial bots also turns into a sort of Concorde-like jet. And no matter how hard these designers try, no Transformers fan has ever been particularly happy with the bulky undercarriage of a transforming jet. But it can't be avoided. I would be very interested to see what Mastermind Creations do if they ever come to do the aerial bots. But anyway, that's getting sidetracked. So, Sonar, Jetstorm, and now Runway, who we saw was very bulky, particularly around the chest. He's got quite a big backpack as well. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he looks really cool. You can kind of see this sort of triangle formation of the fuselage on the back. Very nice indeed. Kind of interesting use of the jet engines on the front of his robot mode. His robot mode. I don't know what kind of practical use they would serve, but it makes him look armoured up and powerful. And yeah, once again, no head rotation. Yep, he has freedom of movement in the shoulders, just like Jetstorm. Very stiff elbow joint, but it's there. Oof. And it can indeed bend the other way slightly. No waist. Another beautiful spread, but... Oh, an epic spread. But then, of course, there's this ruining it. Some Transformers can do the splits well. Some of them can't do the splits at all. Some of them can do the splits amazingly, but their back kibble gets in the way. He has, yep, a knee joint just like the others. And then, arguably, he has a foot tilt there, but that's really only for transformation. Yeah, a very cool looking robot, as indeed they all are. Let us now turn him into a Boeing Sonic Cruiser. Sonic Boom! Got to think about how this works now, although I think that... Is that right? That would explain the grooves under there. Yeah, I think that is actually correct. And the arms, though. Oh, no, the arms just... Oh, this is a very simple transformation if this is accurate. It looks like it should be. Put the engines there. Yeah. There you go, that's it. That's Runway. Very simple. Whoops. plastic to put away. Okay, so there's the Air Defense Minicon team. I'm so happy to have these. This is the whole reason I got this set. For me, Nemesis Prime is an added bonus. So the price I paid, I wouldn't necessarily have paid for just these three, but, you know, when you think it's got a whole other giant robot in it, then I'm okay with that. But they're all really good. They're all really unique. It feels nice having another addition to the Transformers Armada aspect of my collection, especially one that is so significant. Like, this is an important plot point. Like, the whole series is about finding the minicons who can bring balance to the universe and, you know, create peace and whatever. But then among them, you've got 9 individuals who form these weapons of mass power. So you've got the Skyboom Shield, the Requiem Blaster, and the Star Saber. And obviously, when it comes to a head, they're the only things that can stop Unicron. So yeah, it's also nice that I've got this team who are their own individuals, they've got their own personalities, but they can also form a fucking weapon. It's like a combining Target Master. Target Master being the Transformers that can only turn into a weapon. Right, so I think these... I mean, I probably shouldn't guess with the Star Saber transformation, but I'm going to do my best. That is how they were packaged after all. Oh, that's right. There's a tab on the... Yeah. That's right, the forearms reach up and tab the leg to stop it from moving. That's very good design. Happy with that. Because the groove in the forearm is even angled to fit the tab here. So that's sonar. Done. And then I think runway folds back like that. Or was it that way? No, I actually think runway... Pretty sure runway is the tip of the blade, because I think the jet engines here plug onto the back of... Yeah, they do, like that. Okay. So then Jetstorm, this piece moves up like that, and tabs in here. Not sure if more pieces on Jetstorm need to move. Yeah, the legs seem to be getting in the way, but there's also these tabs on the knees that make me think that maybe they're designed to fit inside. Oh yes, I think so. Yeah, there we are, there's one. Here's the other. And then that tab's on there. So that's a very solid connection there. And then we just plug in runway on the top, just like that. Ooh, maybe not quite. Is it like that? There seems to be some resistance, so let us once again direct our attention to the instructions. Nemesis Prime, no problem at all to transform, because it's basically a repainted, slight head retooling copy of Legacy Evolution Armada Prime, who we will see in just a second. Oh no, sonar... Sorry, runway is basically in the vehicle mode, and it does plug in the way that I thought it would. Okay. I think we're done with this now. Okay. Yeah, it keeps wanting to pop out. Alright, there we go. Seems to be staying put. There is the Star Saber. The combined form of the air defense team minicons, sonar, jetstorm, and runway. But of course, they can't just sit there on their own, can they? They must be wielded. And they, of course, will be wielded by Optimum Pride. It's Optimum Pride. Ooh, there you go. I would have thought that would make him very front heavy, but he's actually doing a very good job holding it. Oh man, that's so fucking cool. My inner child is fucking amazed at this right now. This is so cool. I mean, the whole point of this was Nemesis Prime, but I'm just happy to give it to Optimus Prime. Although really, the wielders of Star Saber that I remember most are Armada Starscream and Hotshot. Hotshot I do not have, and Legacy Starscream, who I do have, is a bit flimsy, and I think he might actually fall over trying to hold this. But Optimus Prime would never fall over holding the Star Saber. And neither would Nemesis Prime, who is our next entry into tonight's stream, and indeed the final one from tonight's stream. So once we've had a good look at him, we're going to bring everybody out, turn them back into their robot modes, and look at everybody arrayed together. So yeah, as I said, this is a repaint of the Legacy Armada Optimus Prime form, who we've just seen, with some modifications to the head, as you can see there. It's a head that's meant to represent his appearance in the show when he outs himself as an enemy and he's shot at and blasted to pieces, but then he's able to reform himself and his face is just left a little bit mangled by the time they deal with him. So he's looking a bit bleh. It's not really picking up on camera, but he's got a broken eye socket. You can kind of see it, but there's some excellent detailing in the face from where Optimus Prime's face mask would be. So yeah, there's some very nice painted turquoise on the fronts of the legs here. It's also present on the forearms and chest, and in the super mode hands, which we'll get to. He also comes with, I mean, I guess it's meant to be a version of the Matrix, but I mean, it's never confirmed that he has one. I suppose, again, if you throw back to the linkage packet thing, he was given the Dark Hold or whatever it's called. Anyway, yeah, so articulation, he's got a little bit of up and down head movement, can look around. There's no waist swivel. Excellent shoulder movements though, you can go up and down and all around, and that's on extra hinge and rotational joints, mushroom pegs and such. A double elbow joint, mostly for transformation, but it does help the robot mode as well. His wrists can rotate, but they're a little bit difficult to get to because of the wrist guards. You've got a bit of movement there. He has a very good spread, but it's kind of limited by the hip skirts. So not the best spread that we've seen tonight. Ratcheted knees, which are good and strong, and they fold out at a perfect 90 degrees. They can fold this way as well. If you want to look at him all broken, like when someone falls over in Family Guy. A little bit of a foot tilt there that goes 90 degrees. So as good as those splits were, they weren't perfect, but you can still keep his feet facing forward as you do it. The old Jean-Claude Van Damme, that is. And there's a little bit of a foot tilt that way, but that's mostly for the super mode transformation. So yeah, with him being a physical copy of Armada Prime, he transforms the exact same way. So I will just quickly turn him into a truck. I've got to say, I really like the blue coloration on Nemesis as well. It's a proper navy blue as well, I think. Come on, what's your beef? You have no beef. There we go. So I think Optimus has a Autobot badge on the roof, which is not present on Nemesis Prime, which I think was the right decision, because this isn't... Obviously he's not an Autobot, and even though he's evil, he's not a Decepticon. So I think it was the right decision to not put any faction symbols on him. It's television show accuracy. There we go. And then we just need to rotate this around and click that in there. And there's Nemesis Prime as a truck. Identical in terms of proportions and detailing as Optimus Prime. I'll tell you what. So I know which one's which because one's to my right and one's to my left. This is Nemesis Primes. This is Optimus Primes. They are identical. Not even a slight difference in colour. But, like I said about Ratchet and Ironhide's axes, dual wielding, baby. But yeah, this can store on the back of the truck. I mean, you can plug it in there, you can plug it into the super mode hand to have it like that way, if you wish. It doesn't sit in there. This is for the trailer mode, which I don't have because the trailer is being used for something else at the moment. But yeah, there we go. That's Nemesis Prime as a truck. So while we've got everyone in vehicle mode, let's just revisit everybody we've looked at today. War for Cybertron Studio Series Ratchet. Studio Series Transformers Devastation Wheeljack. Transformers Reactivate Bumblebee, RIP. Age of the Primes Alpha Trion. And of course, Nemesis Prime. And the Starsaber, the Minicon Air Defense Team. A very cool selection of robots. Each with their own qualities, some with little nitpicks. But before we turn everybody into a robot mode, there is one more thing that I can do with Nemesis Prime, which won't be a thing done in my collection. So this is probably the first time. This is probably the first and only time that you will see it. He has a super mode transformation. So we will see what it looks like. That didn't sound good. Yeah, there we go. Got no idea what the super mode head is meant to look like. Whether it's just a repaint or if it's got some sculpting differences, we will soon find out. Very nice glowing blue hands though. Again, that is a really nice nice choice of paint there. Quite enjoy that. Ooh. That's a very stiff Ratchet on there. There it is, and no, it is literally just a repainted super mode head. No special sculpting on it or anything. That's fine. Let's just load this up there. And there. Yeah, I guess if it's a sculpted copy of Optimus Prime, you've got to come with all the parts, including the Super Mode parts. So there we are. And it just so happens that I have his trousers here, or at least I have Optimus Prime's trousers. There are some who would deem this heresy. There we go. He's not in there totally perfectly, but there is Nemesis Prime wearing the Optimus Prime Super Mode trousers. And then let's just put the sword on him, shall we? Ooh. That's a bit tight, but it's in there. There we go. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing Super Mode Optimus Prime wielding this. I'll have to get a picture of that at some point. Yeah, so it's cool that you can do that, but again, I won't be doing this in my display. So let's dismantle Super Nemesis Prime here. Take that off and put that there. Take this off and put it somewhere. Right, now let's see everybody in their robot mode. Starting with who we opened the stream with. War for Cybertron Studio Series Ratchet. Still haven't perfected the best way to transform this, even on the Ironhide version of the mold. Thank you, Space Bunny. Tesco shopping put away. Alright, GG's. I hope you got everything that you asked for. With many tasty treats. Okay. We're considering trying out like a supermarket delivery, home delivery. What we're sort of doing is doing a big shop at numerous supermarkets, and then we're going to compare receipts and see which one's kind of cheaper, and then maybe do a delivery one and see if that works out cheaper to deliver, as well as, you know, just buying ourselves, going shopping ourselves. I mean, words are hard. There we go, and then just fold these back and tap them in there. Give his waist a spin. Let's have him holding this, and then have this on his back. All right, yeah, that one or nothing. So there he is. There's Ratchet. Chocolate donuts. Oh my god, I'm jealous. I want chocolate donuts. Okay, hands first, I think. I'm sure they were. Yeah, there we go. And fold those down like that. And yep, and these. I think that's right. Yeah. Then rotate that around. Head up. That up. And then those up like that. Oh my god, he's got feet within his feet, I've just realised. I guess just to help with balance. Okay. Put the shoulders up a bit more. Tesco's is fairly good. Club card reductions, group discounts. True, true. Iceland is pretty good, but so many group reductions buy X for £10 that its missed discounts can be annoying. But it has a good range of frozens Tesco's don't do. Yeah, I think Iceland is good for that. Iceland is the best supermarket freezer section. Alright, there we go. There's Studio Series Devastation Wheeljack. I definitely prefer Wheeljack to Optimus Prime. Oh god, here we go. Right, you. You're going to play ball this time? I'm hoping that getting him to robot mode won't be as painful as it was getting him to vehicle mode. Also, again, sad note that the guns are missing off this guy. Not really anything I can do at the moment, but I will find out what I can do. There we go. Right. So, will I be able to... Will I be able to transform him as intended, is the question. Oh yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, having it there and not inside the body. I don't know if anything was meant to click, but... seems okay. Is this meant to... falls down? Doesn't look right. I think it's meant to be that way. Right, feet out and around. Rotate these in, and then these down and around. All right, yay! That certainly wasn't as painful as it was earlier. Reactivate Bumblebee. Just realised I haven't angled this back where it was. There we go. Out for Trion. Let's take his book and that. To make it easier on myself, I'll take that as well. So I wonder if he had an abdomen crunch that whole time that I didn't notice because of the transformation. facing the wrong way. Ooh. God, that was tight on there. Okay, fold those in like that. Oh, hang on, no, let me put his cape back. Collapse it up like that. Tab that in here. Have him hold his book. Hold his book awkwardly like that. I mean, I suppose he does have flexible hands, so I suppose. Sorry, flexible hands. He has like finger posing like that. So maybe he can like hold the book just like this. If I can manage that, I'll put it in the Discord. There we are. Alpha Trion, book and quill, ready to scribe. Okay, then Nemesis, we'll just put him back to robot mode. No, other way, there we go. There we go. And then, of course, who could forget our friends, the Minicons. Let's see if I can get their names right. There we go. Just a little guy. I quite enjoy how simple Jetstorm's transformation is, to be fair. Right, pull it out, rotate, and push back in. See, I've done that movement a few times now, and it doesn't seem to be showing any signs of stress, so I think it's good. Oh, may as well equip Nemesis with his gun. There we go. Also, the first Nemesis Prime that I own. I don't usually go in for repaints, as simple as that, but this has actually been pretty cool. Whether it's enough to convince me to get other Nemesis Primes, I doubt it. Anyway, there we go. We have reached the end of part 1 in just over 3 hours. This is half of my Comic Con haul. Next Tuesday will be the movies and crossovers unboxing. So we have Studio Series 86 Galvatron and Grimlock with Wheelie. We have Ghostbusters Ectotron, who turns into the Ecto-1, and we have Back to the Future DeLorean, DMC DeLorean, who is Gigawatt, and we also have the Jurassic Park Tyrannicon Rex and Autobot JP93 for the Jurassic Park crossover. Very excited to open all of those, as indeed I have been excited to open these. So thank you all for tuning in. There will be no raid because no one really wants to tune in on a Tuesday when I don't normally stream. But for all you Transformers fans, thank you for watching. I will see you all tomorrow for some Tyler Model 005. Thank you, Space. GG to you as well. Farewell. Goodbye.